Never thought in a million years that I'd ever hear a Christmas song with the word paisans in it. But that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. The Italian Christmas donkey, Dominic. Good morning, good morning. One of these days I want to go out to Italy to see if they in fact do celebrate an Italian Christmas donkey, or where that song originated from. We've got a little back and forth in the markets here, red and green. Red all the way down, green all the way back up on the ES on NASDAQ. The past couple of sessions have left the buyers and sellers are both kind of duking it out. And duking it out back and forth with high volume and the volume not dropping back off. So this week is a bit of a crossroads. On one hand, the buyers so far have been unable to recapture higher prices, which is the telltale sign that the move has ended. On the other hand, it is Christmas week, a shortened holiday week, where the market is closed early tomorrow and closed all day on Wednesday. So a lot of shaking and baking. Or did I get that right? Did I get that right? Yeah, that is correct. So most likely we'll have a little bit of low volume chop action, especially tomorrow, maybe even into the end of the session today. I don't know. And then maybe the volatility kick up into the week. Overall, though, I don't think the sellers are done with this move yet. It's the last full week of the year, the last full trading week of the year, and then after that, we have the end of year shakeout. What's up, Juice Box? How you doing, Dan? How you doing? Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. And let me get the YouTube stream going here. There you go. Welcome, welcome. Did that small short trade work out for me? Yeah, it did. We caught almost 200 points on that short on NASDAQ to close the day. It was just a micro. It was just an MNQ. But yeah, it worked out beautifully well. Beautifully well. It was almost a 200-point short to close out the Friday. Oh my gosh, juice box. All right, so looking across the books here, we've got a 6,000 above move up to possibly 6,010. NASDAQ, we have very light liquidity all over the book, which should be pretty well known today. ES is coming up. NASDAQ is coming back up. We have the retest of about 21,667. Hanging out on the 15-minute chart because I'm anticipating volume to be a little bit lighter. And because I don't want to get shaken out. And that's pretty much what I've been doing the past couple of weeks. What's up, Decided Notary? Let's go. What's up, Nicholas? Ready to get chopped up? There you go. Joe, I love it. I love it. 21,650 NASDAQ. Coming back up here. SPX 6000 is the line in the sand for the sellers. They cannot give up SPX 6000 if you have any hope for further downside. Keep an eye there. Nvidia skyrocketing. Microsoft skyrocketing. NASDAQ up to 21,656. That song's going to be stuck in my head all day now. Nice sweeping top wick. Beautiful. NASDAQ. We've got 21,628 there. Microsoft dumped all the way back over. Nvidia is still going nice and green. Apple getting dumped. Plenty of shaking and baking here. Back and forth. Out of the gate, let's take a look at the options data. If I can get in there. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Yields have been looking very spicy. The 10-year yield especially has been absolutely rocket ships and not looking good. In fact, if you plot the Fed funds rate, I retweeted this from I think Zero Hedge this weekend. If you look at the Fed funds rate and the 10-year rates, they are completely inverse of each other. The 10-year rates are rocketing, whereas the Fed funds rate's dropping, which is not normal behavior. Large green candle NASDAQ after an engulfing top wick, buying it back up here. So NASDAQ's reattacking the 21,650 level. Right here. Nvidia top wick, Microsoft top wick, Apple top wick. Everything is still top wicking back over while NASDAQ continues to climb into the 21,656 area. Nice healthy green candles all the way up. All the way back over. $660 NASDAQ trying to attack the 670 prior pivot. Large green engulfing so far, blasting out of the top. Nice little healthy move here so far. It's a 40-50 point move right out of the gate. Still going. A very typical move here for the NASDAQ to start out the week. Right out of Sunday into Monday, especially after a little selling, that the buyers come in and just pull back on the stake in full afterburner here. So we'll see how they deal with this prior pivot at 670. So far, the buyers are holding on very nicely, but we'll just wait our turn for the top of the hour. 650, 660. Tech so far is very strong. No top wick so far, so as long as they take out 670 or so, if they take out 670, that's when we'll look for higher prices up into 740. But first they've got to get over 670 or so. What is that, 673? What's up, Kevin? 140 target on video. Yep, that's the target. Healthy little top wick there off of 670, which should be pretty obvious. All you gotta do is plot the pivots. The lighter the volume, the more rejections we'll have off these major pivots. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, buddy? Everybody have a fun weekend? Anybody do anything fun? Go to the disco? $20 with wind here in Montreal. Do any hunting or anything? Need to go some moose hunting with that. I like it. Alrighty, let's see here. Microsoft is 43673, still going green. Hero indicator right now shows pretty aggressive call buying out of the gate. About 700 million in calls being purchased right out of the gate. Trace indicator, that should be working. Why is that not working? There we go. Why is that not working again? Great. I guess I'll log in 17 times to get some trace indication here. Trace. Anyone know why, if there's a difference between mode A or mode B when wiring a Ethernet pass-through connection? What the difference is? I have no idea. Got sick over the weekend. That was fun. That ain't no good. That ain't no good. 17 degrees here in CT. Yeah, it's pretty cold here now. 670 here. Once we close over 670, you'll look for the 720. Hiking in the mountains? Nice, trader guy. Nice. My best friend told me his wife was pregnant for his second child this weekend. He turns 40 in December. It's pretty crazy. Good stuff. Happy for him. Another rejection off 670. Thrice rejection. And we'll just wait for the top of the hour imbalance move, which is a great play. His Gabagool's still working strong. I love it. I posted the poll that I took in the Traders Anonymous channel. 53% of people voted, said that letting their losers run is the primary purpose for their system failing. Nice little top wick, engulfing top wick here, still coming off. Boom. Double top wick on the 5-minute. A nice little top wick on the 15-minute. A great move lower here. Great move lower. If they can hold this candle, that's all she wrote. That's my issue. Yeah. That's an emotional. It's an emotional response to a trading failure. 37 degrees on Lake Ohrid, Macedonia. Yeah, I saw that picture, trader guy. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I bet you there's. I always picture like there's some little old restaurant with a wood-fired oven or pizza or a wood-fired oven there with some grandma that cooks some really good food. Differences mode A, wires share data and power. Mode B keeps them separate, so it depends on your devices. Devices that are powered with 24 volt PoE always use mode B. So that's exactly what I need to know because all my devices are PoE. I appreciate that, Twizzy. I tried to look for it, but I couldn't get a clean-cut answer. All right, still rejecting 670. This is like the third time we've rejected 670 today, and we're just waiting. My problem is no true edge, but I'll see what happens when I start trading small caps consistently. I like it, Robert. I like it. Right here. Still top waking off of it, but recapturing 670. ES is still pinging off against 6,000, which is its line in the sand. And of course, interestingly enough, the entire X, all of the X's are not only red, but heavily red. The only thing green today in the market, the only thing green, is the XLK tech. All 10 tech sectors are bright green. 9 of the 10 X's are red, and they are deeply red. I'm talking 1.6%, 1.2, 1.4, 1.5, 1%, 0.9. They're all deeply, like severe downtrend red. And it's interesting that there's obviously a discrepancy between ES and NASDAQ here by about 0.5%. But the S&P is definitely short-sided this morning. Mode A and B can be PoE, but 24 is mode B. Okay. I think the cameras, at least one of the cameras I bought is 24 volt. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check. They're delivered today. All right, top wick off 6,000 again. 642 sweeping top wick still off 670. Looking for lower. Technical specifications. Let's see. It's PoE++, is what it says. 42 volts. All right, so I'm still looking on the 15-minute here. I'm just hanging out. It is 3 minutes till the first 15-minute candle closes. We're still in the defined range, rejecting 670, which is the prior pivot. RTY is dojied out, looking for some pressure there. And of course, the market is bright red, while the yields are quite green. 30-year and 10-year is once again approaching 5%, and in very bullish territory for the price action. XLF is down. XLY, I mean, everything is red, deeply red, except for XLK. So if XLK begins to turn down for what, that's when we're going to start getting some overall correlated pressure. I don't think we're out of the woods yet, and I don't think the sellers are done yet, especially as we hold under 6,000 ES. Top wick still 6,647 NASDAQ. Let's see. Palantir is sitting at new all-time high prices, and their insider information is showing 0 insider buys and 3 billion of insider selling. That's going to be a fun day. Top wick back over NASDAQ. On the 15-minute. Looking for lower prices here. Looking for lower prices here. I heard that Palantir is extremely overvalued. I agree. I agree. Semis are up today. Yeah, they're definitely. Microsoft heading to lower prices. Nvidia is up. NASDAQ is top wicking back over still. And I think eventually 6 feet from the edge. Luigi Mangione pleads not guilty to the murder of healthcare CEO. Top wick back over 614. Now that we finally 3 topped on 670. Looking for 560. Palantir was $12 back in 2022. I'm pretty sure like Nvidia was like 60 cents or something back in 2022. Something like that. Locked up my schmeckles. Lockout's the greatest thing since. I love it, 219er. It's beautiful. Coming back off 600. With the 182 billion market cap and the crazy run it had, 3 billion selling, meaningful. Yeah. Yeah. What are we doing here? Back and forth. Back and forth. Most likely will not be on tomorrow. Definitely won't be on Wednesday, of course. The market's closed. So today should be it until Thursday. So we'll see if we get something good. There's a nice little sweep action here, which should get us down there. That should get us lower right there on an first actionable trade of the day. Boom. 630 down to 560. Big aggressive move. First play of the day. $560 is the target. Going for 540 if we can get it. On days like today, you can't really play for breakthrough unless you get it. It's one of those things. If you get it, great. If not, so be it. You can only play the range, which is 560. If we get 560 and get in a breakdown, hey, that's fantastic. But you can't really play for that. Can't really play for that. 592 coming down to 560. The best thing about Christmas week, the gyms are empty. The gym this morning, it was a ghost town, and I loved it. Got the place to myself. Going at 11? Nice. Nice and peaceful. Yeah. Show off the guy bagoo. Yeah, all the weights, you know, all the 45-pound plates, obviously they're rubber coated. But I go to the gym, I go to the squat rack when I'm doing bench, and I get the metal weights that have no rubber on them, so I can hear the clank. I like the clank. Can you explain the idea behind the Santa rally? Most of it has to do with the fact that we have the end of year closeout. So obviously you have to remember the market is not retail jabronis. The market is pension funds and CTAs, and they're all, some version of a CTA, hedge fund manager, whichever. And of course, they need to trim up their portfolio, window adjust their portfolio. So a lot of buying end of year, get things back up. Then of course it'll shake out, into the March time. That's why a lot of the shakeouts happen end of Q1 after the whole window dressing from end of Q4, beginning of Q1. Holiday week show who the real gym rats are. Yeah. A lot of people don't work out like on weekends. They take Saturdays and Sundays off too. Holiday weeks, Saturdays and Sundays, I love because the gym is empty. I love it. I would rather take off like Mondays because everyone's like does chest day on Monday. If I had to take a day off. All right, still top looking back over. Trying to go for 560. Right here. You have to get out of here. 3 plates, baby. Clank. Mondays are off for that very reason. 100%. It's a great way. I never do chest on Mondays. Just out of principle. All right, here's another attack at 560. The entire market is dropping heavily. The Dow, Russell, all down. Small caps, Microsoft down, Apple down, Nvidia's giving some back here. So, yeah, does the whole market bounce and catch up with tech, or does tech drop and catch the rest of the market down? That's really the question here. Again, you can't play breakthroughs with a volume like this. If they happen, they happen. If not, cool. You only play range to range and see if you can in fact get lucky and get the breakthrough action. So that's what I'm doing here. Is see if I can grab 560 on down. There we go. I read a post that one of the insurance offices in a state, they had to shut their doors and close down and call police because somebody walked into the front door and whistled the Hunger Games whistle and walked out. I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, oh my gosh. All right, there's 560. That's my first target. Roll the stops down after 560. We'll go for 530. But everything else is gravy train with biscuit wheels. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to get all, hopped up seeing if I can get some new lows here. If it happens, it happens. 560, I'm good. Yeah, you little jabroni. I'm going to have to make a quick phone call. Job done. Thanks for now today and this year. That's me. See you on there. All right, stopped out there. Merry Christmas. Nice, Mark. You had biscuits and gravy this morning. Fantastic. I love biscuits and gravy. Do the Kill Bill whistle. I don't know that one. I don't know. The best biscuits and gravy I've ever had still to this day is from the Little Diner in Vail, Colorado. It's the only food in Vail that's worth it. All the other food sucks. It's pretentious and overpriced for all the rich people that go there. But the Little Diner's fantastic. Breakfast food. Beautiful, Mark. Glad you had a great year, buddy, and a great day. I stopped out of my short there because this thing is kind of back and forth, but I got my 560 target, so I'm happy. I'm happy. What's up, Beef Fitin? Beautiful. Beautiful. Are stock halts based on an algorithm, or does someone physically do it? I don't know. You talking about like if volatility clicks? If I had to guess, it's some sort of automatic response, but I don't know. I'd have to look that up. That's a good question. There's a lot of gondola malfunctions this year in Colorado. Like, what's going on? People falling off, malfunctions, getting stuck. Hey, my European friends. My European friends. Never in my life have I ever seen or used a bidet, but I'm putting one in the new build. Any recommendations? You still got you still got a wipey. I love it. Pending new halts can be triggered by news announcements, order balances. Yeah, the whys are. Yeah, I knew that. It's just like how. There's like the how it triggers. Is there a dude like with a red button saying boom, shut it down, or is it an automatic trigger based on an algorithm like a calculation? Done for the day. Time to get on the road and take the family to the grandparents. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, safe travels. You too, Bib. Have a great Christmas with the family. Good stuff, buddy. Speaking of halts, something weird's going on with GameStop. Just putting that out there. Let me take a look. Your analysis and your scanning skills around the market helps a lot. Thanks, Beef. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Great play. Any chance you see SPY running back to 592? Do I see SPY running back to 592? It's certainly possible, but they've got some roadblocks. So a lot of people like to make guesses on moves and stuff like that based on what they want to see and stuff. But to me, I don't try to guess what the market's going to do. I try to figure out like an if-and statement. So for me to go back to 592 is not that far. It's only what $2.20, and they had severe volume on Friday. So it's possible the late day sell-off does not bode well for the buyers because it came up and tapped the 50% move from the big sell on Wednesday and then rejected. So it only reclaimed half the move before the sellers wiped that thing back off. So today I would probably say we need to recapture 191 or so to really head up there. But that's not that far of a target. It's certainly possible we could hit 592 today if things rotate back up. So I'm sure 592 is not too far away. The bigger question is, are we going back up to 602? Which, if that needs to happen, we have to clear over. ES has to clear 6,000. SPY has to get over 592, 594, and then ultimately 596. And after that, once it reclaims the pressure from Friday, then it's all the way back up. Especially with the Friday. The volume that we have on Friday shows, of course, it was OPEX. It was the biggest OPEX in history. The volume on Friday shows that the buyers did defend. But now, is that just simply some defense off of one singular move? Or is that reversal volume? We don't know that yet. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday will be conducive to analysis and determining what Friday's volume actually was. Get one with a detachable head. Makes it easier to get all the nooks and crannies clean. Okay. I like it. Merry Christmas to all. Definitely Deacon. $50 on Amazon. I'll take a look. Right now, the daily chart has an aggressive top wick on Friday. Then today, of course, we're still kind of creeping back over, but we have a nice little bottom wick there, back up on ES, NASDAQ. We're still range defined. Everything's moving kind of slow. The S&P definitely did not have a Santa rally this year. The Nasdaq, I guess you could have said we started out December pretty dang bullish, but gave back a lot. The S&P has been in a strong defined downtrend since December 4th. Not to mention, if you are a pattern trader, the ascending wedge on ES that's been there since July is being retested. The retest price is about 60 80, somewhere in that ballpark. If you like playing that sort of thing. Let's take a look at the options data. We have 500 million puts being purchased. Calls are still on the books, but they are not adding to the deltas. I can't get the trace indicator to load this morning. Let's look up Trady Ticks. Trady Ticks data. We've got Tesla leading the put flow, Nvidia leading the call flow, but it's only very weak. SPX GEX right now is 5895. And the call flow has flatlined. What's up, DJ? Are you in the Discord? I usually save that for the Discord members, so I'll throw it in the Discord if you are. News right now. Yeah, news top of the hour. Weak stuff, but it's definitely there. Man, it's hard to believe it's only been half an hour. It is CB Consumer Confidence. What we got? Back and forth. I'm thinking NASDAQ loses 21.5, and it's bad. Possibly. Nothing is really trending at the moment in the tech industry. Everything else is kind of trending downward. S&P is still following a downward trend. $21,617. Would you say Bookmap is a must for anyone trading intraday? I know you are sponsored, but still XD. Well, I am sponsored, but the only reason I'm sponsored because I used them before they sponsored me. So I do believe in the product. You know, I am of the belief that you don't need any indications, any indicators, any softwares. All you need is volume and price action. Now everything else makes you a little bit better. If you want to be a scalper, day trader, intraday type stuff, then yeah, Bookmap is a very helpful product. It helps you identify where the levels are coming on, where the liquidity is shifting, that sort of thing. Definitely recommend it if you have, the extra funds to invest in a tool like that, and you do have a nice defined system, then I'd recommend it for sure. Coming on back down, 59.88 ES. Nasdaq is trying to, but still range bound. S&P is definitely more bearish than Nasdaq. ES is down 0.23. Nasdaq is up 0.21. So ES is the one to short. Nasdaq probably will come down too. It's just a lot more wicky because there's a lot more buyers in that area. But the S&P is heavily red right now. Heavily red. Almost every single X sector is down 1% or more. Beautiful. Dropping. There we go. Can we get out of the range? We're coming up. We're through the first half hour. I would definitely plot the morning high, the morning low on ES and NASDAQ. And once those take out, you can start to find a range up or down, trend up or down. Top wick or bottom wick. Not moving stop losses is more important than software. Yep. Can you take a look at NVIDIA and see if you're seeing the candles go wick? Yeah, let me take a look. NVIDIA since Friday morning at 5 a.m. on the 60-minute chart, the hourly chart, has been wiki galore. Bottom wicks shifting higher. They've already taken out prior pivot. Now they're coming up into the 140 pivot, which has been the name of the game for weeks now. Today's been nothing but wicks on the 5 and 15. Still biased to the upside from what I'm currently seeing on NVIDIA's chart. A lot of bottom wicks, a lot of green volume, shifting higher, higher, higher. VIX is 19 here. It doesn't matter there. But really, Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon has given back their green. It's shifted red. Meta is doing the same. Google is doing the same. Tesla is doing the same. NVIDIA is uptrending. So remember what we talked about yesterday, the rotation. Everything is now downtrending on the current day except NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up 1.7. Everything else is down. So that's the name of the game. We've identified the pattern. The pattern is rotation in and out of NVIDIA. Everything else is seeing some weakness. In fact, 4 of the tech sectors have now shifted to red after opening very green. And NVIDIA is still bottom wicking. So the NVIDIA signal is not what it once was. It's still a signal, but it's a different kind of signal. ES is still plunging lower. NASDAQ is still attacking 560. If 560 breaks, I'm looking for 512. But remember, you can't ask a lot of a market on a shortened holiday week. This is not last week with FOMC and a VIX at 28. VIX is still very high. VIX is over 19. I was looking for a VIX of 18 last week. We got 28, and we're still over 19. So VIX is still quite elevated. But we can't really expect a big move on a shortened holiday week. If we get it, great. Let's look for 516 if 560 gives out. My defined system is to honor the Leroy Jenkins. Yeah. Leroy Jenkins. What was I about to do? Have yourself a merry. It's going for 550. Let's do it. 560 and then below. Shorting NDX, negative. Shorting NQ. Does anyone have the numbers for this consumer confidence and new home sales? I can take a look for you. Give me a second. Investing.com. It's hard to believe it's already almost 2025. I feel like it was August, just like yesterday. There we go. There's 560. Large red engulfing. Tech is starting to follow along with the rest of the market. And after that, we got 512, baby. 512. New home sales are 664, up from 627. So we have more home sales than they last month. CME consumer confidence is quite red. All right, that's interesting. So if CB consumer confidence continues to drop, and drop this month, yet everyone is saying, oh, Christmas was the biggest ever and the most spending ever, which is a bunch of hogwash, who's telling the truth? And who needs to put their face in the bidet to wash all the crap off? Juice box needs a wash. Palmetto State has some fantastic shotguns on sale this week. Home defense shotguns. Beautiful. Still unable to get under 560. All right. Nope, don't need that. Starting, come off right here. See if we can grab 512. I think 512 is in the cards here once we give under 560. 512. There goes NVIDIA. There goes Microsoft. Jeez Louise. There it is. There it is, homie. Still downside. You know what helps these type of moves, catching these type of moves like this? A little bit of market awareness. Now XLK has gone red. Now all 10 X's have gone red. That right there, a little market awareness will go a long way. I wish I could tell my my younger jabroni self, hey, just put the X's on your chart and see what the market litmus test is doing here. It's like I can't grow great San Marzano tomatoes if my pH level is wrong in my soil, so I got to do a litmus test on the pH. Now I got to do it on the market. I'm not going to long when 10 out of 10 X's are just deeply red and falling. Beautiful. I'm getting my Grizzly 7.62 by 5-1 semi today. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so 516, my 560 target broke. Next on deck is 512. We're playing level to level. Level to level. Level to level. Oh yeah, I need some music. The Italian Christmas donkey's still stuck in my head. I gotta get that out. Do I have a Discord? Yes, sir, I do. Or ma'am. I do. Link is in the description of the video. All the links. You got the YouTube link, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Discord, all that stuff. There's 504 through 512. Now we are in official water for our territory, but they've got to close this candle under 512. Once they close under 512, then we can start getting a little antsy and looking for downtrending stuff here. But still, 512 is huge. That's great. We just had a 150-point move, and now we're rolling stops down. Keep your stops at or above 543, in my opinion. Once we close under 512, like right now, then you can start shifting even lower. But about 540 or so is where you need to keep your stop. Coming on down. NVIDIA's downtrending. Microsoft, Apple, VIX is up to 20 again. Here's 500 down to 488. Now I'll move my stops now above. So, all right, so here's the deal. 512 is the prior pivot. That's the liquidity. So I don't want to put my stop at 512. I want to put it at like 520, about 8 points above, so I can have some natural defense in the market. I want the retest, the support resistance retest, to defend my position. And that's exactly where I'm going to set 520. Now, if this plunges even lower, I'll shift down to, let's say, 490. And we're going to play hopscotch. That's how I catch trends. This has been working great last week. It's working pretty dang good today. I had no idea we were going to do a solid downtrend like this, but I don't need to know. That's disgusting, Juicebox. Oh my gosh. Top tick yesterday's VPC. What a level. Beautiful Arctic Wolf. Do you see the Ruger mag pull? Pretty cool when you get into the details. I didn't. I'm going to look it up, though, Top Gum. Let's go to Google. I'll be using Google until Elon Musk comes out with his completely non-woke search engine. RXM. Interesting. Kind of looks like a Glock with a metal slide instead of a composite slide. I like it. I don't really like compact guns, though. I like full-size weapons. Like, I didn't spend 25 years of my life working out so I can carry a compact weapon. Hit my goal for the day, so I'm out. Y'all have a great Christmas week. Nice. Lone Cyclops. Have a great Christmas, buddy. It's nice to have one in this pocket if necessary. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind compact weapons in addition to full-size weapons. These candles on the video are just freaking me out. There's a big bounce right off that. Got under 512, and they bottomed right off of it. So that's to be expected, wicking into the liquidity. You can't expect a big move on low volume without a first wick. Oh, man. I didn't have time to make my traditional protein shake today, so I'm having a core power, which is alright, I guess. I usually don't like the bottled protein shakes very much. I love my Ruger LCP 380. Love it. You know what's funny? I actually no longer have a 380 auto, but I've got more 380 auto ammunition than any other weapon. Way Isolate Gold Standard Double Chocolate. Oh yeah. Send it to me. For a Canadian friend. Heck yeah, baby. Heck yeah. All right, there's a nice bottom wick off of 512, and after that, that's 2 trades for me. I don't really know what else I need. That may be it for me today. That may be it for me today. Who's living in Things will change for it, Dan. Things will change. Hmm. My dad told me he had 2 Uzis. My mother made him sell them before I was born. Would love to shoot those. Why? That's fantastic. The plasma rifle. SR level's on point. You know it. You know it. Oh, man. Nice, good stuff. Well, that's more action than I anticipated today. That'll work. So what's something else you can look for today if you want to get a bounce? Crush the VIX, right? We had a Crush the VIX event on Friday. So if they crush it again today, you might see a recovery. But so far, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Wish I could fire some full autos again. Now, if you have a file, you can make one of yours full auto. I keep getting stopped out using 15%. Any advice? What expiration are you using for your options? Auto sear, baby. Yeah. Hey, you sure knew a lot about weapons for being in a European state or European country. Or are you just visiting? Live in Alaska. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That makes more sense. Fellow Alaskan. My daily weekly goals are met. Thank you. Nice, Damien. Fantastic, man. To hit your weekly goal on Monday is a fantastic. People here have shotguns, though. I know nothing about guns, although I really want to start and also get one for myself. Well, McGurky, you're also in the right place. Guns are one of my biggest passions, so I'll be happy to guide you, as I'm sure a lot of other people will as well. Dedicated notary, if you are trading short-dated options, then 15% is far too tight. I don't care what kind of system you have. If you're going to take on the risk of trading short-dated options, then you've got to let it breathe a lot more than 15%. Otherwise, you'll get stopped out on most of your trades, if not all of them. So 15% is okay if you're trading weeklies or monthlies, but 15% on zeros is far too tight. So if you're having problems getting stopped out like that, I would recommend just getting off of zeros and going to at least like 5 DTE, if not further. Top wick back over SPY. NASDAQ doing the same. Tesla candles last minutes. Let me take a look. I don't know. I don't see much on Tesla other than just a lot. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, look at all that. I see the same thing, just wicking like crazy off of 424. That's crazy looking. Talk about a resistance level. Yeah, 42470 has got some crazy resistance. Nvidia is doing the same exact thing. Nvidia and Tesla are all doing the same exact thing. That's weird, isn't it? Huh. You know what? Google's doing. What was that? Meta's doing the same thing too. That's weird. Look at that. Meta's doing the same thing. Watch Meta. It's happening right now on the 1 minute chart. That's 3 names doing the exact same thing. Yeah, it's got to be a glitch or something. That's odd. Hmm. Candle's going ballistic. Or an HFT is going crazy. Yeah. Yeah. That's weird. Hmm. Shenanigans. Hmm. 533 rolling back over. Top wicking back over. Back and forth. Back and forth. Major top wick all the way back over. Shenanigans. Instant 30-point top wick right there into the support resistance. It's a wicky mess. Yep. Back and forth. Back and forth. Putting on a trend line, though, so plot the trend lines. Top wicking back over. If this fails, we're going to retest the low of the day. Back and forth. 21,525. Nice, Robert. Now, Palantir's doing the same thing. Yeah, there's something going on. Something going on. I have to mute. I'll be right back. So you are seeing a little bit of a downtrend beginning, still holding. NASDAQ continues to dump off 570, 580, which is the prior pivot on the 15-minute here. That was a pretty aggressive move, too. I mean, that right there was a 60-point down candle on NASDAQ. That happened pretty quickly. pretty quickly. I have decided, after talking with my partner in crime, that I'm going to begin my TLT purchasing next week. So if y'all want me to create a channel based on long-term editions, because that'll probably happen more and more going into 2025 and 2026, I could do that. But all really it will be is, hey, I'm buying TLT at this price. That's it. And I'm going to continue to do that. So what I have done is I have confirmed a price with the boss on how much money I'm going to put into the TLT trade, and I'm going to break that up in 10% increments, and I'm going to buy TLT maybe once every other week. I don't know, depends on the price action is. And I'm just gonna dollar cost average the TLT, and I'm gonna hold it for a couple of years. So if that's something you'd like to be a part of, sure. There you go. Not going to be too much technical analysis associated with it, other than, hey, I think it's time to start allocating into TLT. Long-term holds, at least 12-month hold, if not 5 years. So there you go. 143% on one trade. Nice, Azor. Now head back to NYC. Why would you want to do that? My whole family's from New York City. I was born in New York City. Last time I went there, I said I would never return to this land ever again. Do you only DCA, or do you also sell positions in your long term? 99% of the time, it's only dollar cost averaging long-term holds. Every now and then, I'll sell positions to defend or just collect some premium. But most of the time, I try my best not even to touch that account. I want to go so long without touching an account, I forget the login information for it. I do all that stuff in my day trading account. That's not good. Yeah. I want to be able to log in for sure. Wife is going shopping. Nice. Would you be willing to share what percentage you are allocating to? Like what percentage of my account I'm allocating to? I won't give you the percentage of my account, but I'm putting about 100 grand toward it in 2025. The entire trade is going to be about 100 grand throughout the entirety. So I'm going to do anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 bites every time I enter the TLT. That's 0.001 of his account. I wish. I wish. Oh, man. Someone literally just burned a woman alive on the subway in NYC. You know what's funny? You know, last time I went to New York City was 2011. And I remember being on the subway, and a guy got on the subway and he started rapping really, really loud, and he was getting in everyone's faces, like 2 inches from people's faces sitting there. And the people sitting down would still manage not to make eye contact with the guy who was 2 inches from their face yelling. I was like, man, people go out of their way to avoid confrontation. So we got off on the next stop and went to a different car. But that's New York City subways, man. That's New York City subways. I used to live there. I had the exact same experience. Yeah. That's why my family left New York City, is because New York City back in the 80s was a very rough place. Do you think we're getting a Christmas rally? I don't. I think we've pretty much seen the big move of the to finish out 2024. I just fight those guys New York style. You got to put your dukes up. My long-term holds, Joe. So I pretty much mimic the S&P. About 50 to 60% of my portfolio is SPY ETF. I've got a little bit in the Qs, and everything else is just individual allocation on the mega caps. There are two ways to become rich in this country. if you don't have some sort of proprietary idea. One is real estate, and number two is the stock market. And I've always lived by that. It's just the easiest way to become a millionaire is just literally just buy and hold and never stop. 80% NYC was rough. Now my old neighborhood cannot be touched. So expensive. Wow. Yeah. Giuliani came in and cleaned that place up before he was widely hated. He did a great job cleaning up New York City. All right, well, we're back and forth here. Probably going to be it for me today. That's a good way to do it instead of relying on individual stock picking up the plays. 100%. So, the SSGA.com, if you're an S&P trader, go to SSGA.com. That's a spider. That's the fund that runs the SPY, and you just check the allocation. So whatever they allocate to is what I allocate to. Is you keep it simple. They are a lot smarter than I am, so why try to reinvent the wheel? What's going on with Boeing? I don't know. Let's take a look. They are getting destroyed. They are top wicking off of resistance. If you look on the daily chart, they're just putting on a little bit of a top wick off 180, which is their support resistance test. They've already rejected 180 once back in August. And that's what they're doing here. So they have to reclaim 180 if they did in order to get back over 200. I paid for a subscription tier 1, but it's not connecting. How do I get some help? Can you shoot me a DM in Discord? And I'll get you connected. Our Discord bot right now is in the trash that connects things, so I'll have to do it manually. Shoot me a DM and I'll get you squared away. It is now 10:35. We'll see what's going on. Speaking of real estate, I'm in Florida, and the Village is basically the indicator for all Florida prices. Now $250 a square foot. It's crazy. $59.79. Still just following the very slow downtrend. Top wick galore across the board. Okay. All right. Let's see. Charles, are you Charles 8032? Is that you? Can we get in the area of 350 today? Lower in the high 200s. Let's sit back and see what the action shows us. Yep. You're talking about 21,200? That would be a long way down. I would be surprised to see that kind of action. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas. You too, Mikes. GameStop's going to break out or keep playing games of my heart. Yeah. All right. Coming up on the top of the hour. $587 still climbing. First green kill on the SPY in 30 minutes. Not ready to jump in. Yeah, just play the highs, play the lows. Still unable to break down or break out. Hmm. $588. Still going. What do y'all think? Anyone still anything? A lot of people have already checked out for the week. A lot of checked out for the week. It's a good week to check out, too. Got a busy year ahead of us, baby. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Gonna be great. Top book back over. No trades done for the day. This is crap. There you go. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen, Trippy Mike. That's Trippy. Taking my leave for the day. Thanks for the stream. An awesome year. You too, Cal. Hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you on Thursday if you're coming back. If not, next week, baby. It's going to be great. 2025. 2025. It's a crazy time. Two days ago, my wife turned 49, and I'm going to spoil her. Nice, Azor. Happy birthday to Azor's wife. It's great stuff. It's raining here now, still better than TV. There you go. Watching Wix and making musky lures. Or worst ways to spend a Monday morning. 100%. Calling it a day. See you in the AM. Interesting year coming up. Be awesome to be 65. Nice, Damien. Still getting after it too, baby. I love it. Large sweeping top wick. Back over. 21,593. Beautiful. Without fear-mongering, when do you think prop firms will die, if ever? You know, that I don't know. I don't think they'll all die completely. I don't think they'll be the way in which they manage themselves and offer services will be drastically different. Regulation will step in eventually. Right now, it's kind of the wild west of prop firms. 2 years ago, no one had ever heard of a prop, and now I feel like everybody's got a prop account. So, eventually the regulation will come on them, and they'll strap down. Right now, their only defense is the fact that most of their stuff is on simulated accounts. It's not on the order book. And I think that's the only thing keeping them insulated from the SEC. Liquidity coming down on 493. Nissan and Honda are attempting to merge. Huh. What happens when you mix two piles of crap together? Any thoughts on Intel? Wouldn't touch it. Intel, in my opinion, is a dead stock until they bring back the dividend. You're still young, definitely, Damien. I'd still rather trade my small cash account, 100%. NASDAQ looks like it wants that 494. Took one speculative trade on the 30-minute NASDAQ from 581 to 550. I've thought a lot about the prop firm game, man. It's really all about once people figure out they've got to put the rules in place so people don't exploit them, because eventually someone will clean their clock with running big NASDAQs. Otherwise, they would have, if you wanted a true prop firm, forget about all the stupid rules on evaluations and just say, hey, I'm going to do an aggressive. So let's say like a top step. If I was to go out and create, OM's jabroni prop firm, whatever, and if I did a $150,000 evaluation like Top Step, instead of doing like a $9,000 profit with all these stupid rules, I would just say, all right, well, $150,000 account, $10,000 profit target with no rules. You get it, you get it. And then after that, you go to the funded. But that's not reality because somebody will, pass it with huge accounts and go from there. But then you don't let you don't if you truly want to find the best traders, you don't allow them 15 contracts. You do a profit target with no other rules except, all right, you do it with 3 Nasdaqs. If you can hit $10,000 profit consistently without hitting the max loss with only 3 Nasdaqs, then you'll be able to weed out the good traders because you can't max position that and get it in one trade. But obviously they're not trying to do that. They're trying to do the resets, and that therein lies the problem, is that they're getting their funds from the resets, not from the traders going to the live account. I took one speculative trade on the 30-second Nasdaq from 581 to 550. Beautiful. Blue Sky and the futures desk business model are kind of based around that concept. There are a lot of models to find live traders. Huh. Yeah, I still have to take a look at Blue Sky. I like it. I like it from what I've seen. Good to be back after a long break. What's up, Tail Dragger? What's up, buddy? Welcome back. Just passed my new combines on that ES 5-minute engulfing. Beautiful soda sopa. Congratulations. You can hit the ground running next week, or on Thursday. Do you like to keep a prop account or two just for low-yo big positions? No, I did that starting out because I treated prop firms like the redheaded stepchild when I first got into prop firms. And I quickly realized that not only did it create bad habits, but it forced me, it caused me to approach prop firms with a very bad light. So I don't do any of that. I try right now to trade my props exactly how as I would trade my real accounts. That's the only way for me to be able to consistently, because I'm so conservative a trader. I don't know how to manage my emotions when I'm slinging 15 Nasdaqs. So I can't do it. It's just a waste of money for me, and I hate wasting money. So the only way I've been able to even carry a prop account is just by trading my normal way, keeping it very slow, not becoming sexy with it. That's what happened when I got into a boxing match with trader with funded. That guy's a beast, and he lit a fire under me. I was like, man, I got to catch this guy because he's an incredible trader. He's taken more money out of props the past year than way more than I have. And I did that, and I made a whole crap ton of money very quickly, and then of course that didn't work out very well. Making ground beef and eggs beautiful. So I go nice and easy with those things, just like real money. You're welcome, AR. Are you in the Traders Anonymous channel? Are you a part of the group? If you want to kind of get in a group where we talk a lot about, the emotional side of prop trading or any other trading, then and join that group. We have a good discussion there. Yeah, sure. There you go. You're welcome. $560 bouncing back up, and we're just kind of back and forth. We'll probably start wrapping this day up. It's all just kind of very wiki, not really very much worth trading here. Last week we had a fantastic week. This week so far is probably going to be pretty slow. If you zoom out to the longer term stuff, you see the lot of wickiness here. We've got some decent moves you could have caught. We caught 2 of them. But from here, we're still range bound. NASDAQ had defended the 512 down there. Back inside the range, I would probably say 640 is your trigger to start longing up to 730, both today and the next couple of days. Under 512 is when you're going to get the next waterfall. Any other final questions or anything before we wrap up this Christmas week? We're going to take it easy this week. Next week, we begin our TLT edition. The brand new edition. I'm stoked. getting ready to get into some long-term investing as much as I can the past couple of years. And it's going to be a great time to start getting back into that and re-adding to long-term ports. I'm excited. That's where wealth is generated, baby. TLT looks like it wants to bust 8750 and start attacking the lower 80s. Now, TLT has a very major support coming up here. We have a yearly support at 8730, and that is the trigger here. If it gives that out, then we're going to re-attack 83, and that's when we're really going to start cranking into long-term ports. Thursday's volume on TLT was the highest amount of volume we've experienced ever. So that's huge. That's the largest amount of volume TLT has ever had on Thursday, December 19th. Am I going to sell puts on it? That's what I'm thinking of doing, collecting premium. Yeah, I'll probably do that. How many shares will I have with my first allocation? Let's see. Yeah. I will only be able to sell 1 put on it. If I'm doing cash secured, I don't like to get in the habit of doing, because this will be in my long-term port, and I don't do a lot of naked stuff in my long-term port. So my first tranche, I'll be able to sell 1 put on it. but that's fine. A little bit of money. But as I go and I allocate further into it, I could do 2 puts and then 3 and then 4 and then 5 and then ultimately 10 or 11 puts, that's some pretty decent money to collect every week. Having breakfast in Cartagena. What is that? Beans, eggs. What is that? A plantain? Little pork on the left. Is that fried pork on the left? Is that a plantain on the right? What is that? Looks delicious. Bandeja paisa. Looks delicious. I'm all about it, baby. Little rice in the middle. Very flavorful. My grandmother died in 2010, and she was from Puerto Rico. Her last name was Mundo. She was from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I haven't really had good Puerto Rican food since she died. But there was a chick in my town who just started making Puerto Rican food out of her house and selling it on Facebook Marketplace. And I think I'm going to go grab some. Little ropa vieja. Yeah, buddy. Pork belly. Amazing. Yeah, I want to try it. I love it. I spent last week in Puerto Rico. Next to oh, very cool, David. We'll be in Puerto Rico in a couple months. Gonna eat and fish my way around the island. Beautiful. Man, that looks amazing. Man, where are you, Celsius? That looks insane. What do you want? Some sort of cruise or something? Looks delicious. I would show you a picture of my plain ground beef and rice, but I don't want to make you jealous. My girlfriend's Cuban family gets me right. Oh, yeah. It's been a while since I've messed with Discord. I'm getting audio on YouTube, but not Discord. Yeah, sometimes that happens, Tail Dragger. You may have to hit refresh on the Discord, close it out, re-add it. Oh man, looks like Matt Gaetz is officially a pedophile, according to these reports. Fantastic. Gotta love our politicians. All right, we're gonna call it a day. That's it for me. A bunch of crap. Have a mile-long honey to-do list. You and me both, John Taylor. Got a lot. I did too, Juicebox. I did too. He had a snake's face. He had a very punchable face. Just don't be down bad. Yeah, so I appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. I hope y'all have a very Merry Christmas. We will not be streaming tomorrow or Wednesday, of course. Wednesday, the market's closed. Tomorrow it closes early. I'm going to use the next couple of days to kind of hang out with the fam, the kids, spend some time with them. Then, of course, we'll get back at it on Thursday and kick some butt. So, if you have any further questions about anything, let me know. About next week's TLT play or anything else of that matter. So, it's been a heck of a year. We still have some days left, so it's not the end of the year yet left, but it's been a great December. It's been a great 2024. I assume 2025 will be even more exciting. And we'll go from there. Y'all have a fantastic rest of the day, fantastic Christmas. Enjoy this time with your friends and family. Hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you Thursday. I'm out. See you!